Okay, it's my turn to tease. A tease is where I simply tell you, please, since you like, subscribe, and or follow This Is True Really News, you do, don't you? Would you please have your friends like, subscribe, and or follow us on their favorite streaming service? And if we're not there, tell them to use the one you use, because it's obviously betterish.
Betterish.
Scottish.
Tony-ish.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
Why are French Frenchmen, but English are Englishish?
No idea. We can ask Patrick. By the way,
Oh, no.
I got to do this because he made two quick comments.
Okay.
He said Betway. Remember, you asked him a question.
What did I ask?
Betway is an international online gambling company.
Thank you.
Mega Moolah is a slot machine game. So that's where
Betway.
25p becomes
A lot.
millions. Yeah.
Well, not if I played, but thanks.
And for your edification,
Mega Moolah.
young man,
Yes.
moolah is a slang term for money, actually attributed to the U.S. Stick
I
around,
knew
Tony.
that.
We'll get you up to speed. I love that look.
I knew what moolah meant, you moron. I didn't know what mega moolah was. And I meant moron only in the kindest, most Christian term.
In the most Christian way
In brotherly love.
you can imagine. And I think that was.
But I'm guessing it's just another Betway game. kind of thing.
Yeah, it is. It is just.
Thanks, Patrick. You're a big freaking help.
I think he is.
You would.
I love my Patrick.
Suck up.
Bad reasons to call emergency services.
There are bad reasons? I bet
compla-
there are.
To complain hotel parking spot was too small.
Bad reason.
To complain hair salon didn't style their hair properly.
Well, looking at you and me, yeah, that'd be a bad reason.
To complain their neighbor was vacuuming late at night.
Well, with my hearing, that's a bad reason.
To inquire why traffic was so bad.
That is not a bad reason.
To request police bring a shovel to dig their car out of the snow in front of their house.
That's a bad reason. They have guns too, people.
Because police are being too loud responding to an emergency and requesting they should come back in the morning. It's not my emergency.
They should come back in the
I
morning.
just don't care.
But for you, after the emergency was taken care of.
To get information about water restrictions. To report a broken ATM machine. Because a gas station wouldn't let them use the washroom. And these are my favorites. A female customer once called the cops because people were scaring her too much at a haunted house. Yep. It's too much. It's got to be illegal. A lady called because her neighbor's chihuahuas were having sex and she thought it was disgusting.
Okay, I'd go with that one.
Because it's chihuahuas.
And it is disgusting.
A girl called police because she could hear someone yelling, "Steve!" very lightly outside and was worried for Steve. She called back and stated it turned out just to be a motorcycle engine. And finally, at 7 years
Steve's
old,
motorcycle engine?
yeah, at 7 years old, some little fella called 911 just to say hi. Now, and I think, is this irony? He's a dispatcher and has to deal with all those calls.
That's irony. Yep. Who says God doesn't have a sense of humor, really? A judge has ordered a Western Michigan. And in the back of his head, you know, Mom told me there'd be days like this, but you never thought they'd be there my whole life. A judge has ordered a Western Michigan couple to pay $30,441 to their son for getting rid of his pornography collection, which was in their house. U.S. District Judge Paul Maloney's decision this week came 8 months after 43-year-old David Working won a lawsuit against his parents.
How old is he?
43.
This guy's
Hang on. He said they had no right to throw out his collection of films, magazines, and other items. Dude, from what I've heard, it's all on the internet. Don't worry.
Yeah, you just
Working had moved into their Grand Haven home for 10 months after a divorce and then moved off to Muncie.
Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where else is there a Muncie? If there are other Muncies, let us know.
Okay, good.
It's like Springfield, Madison.
There's a million of them.
Well, not a million, but several. The judge followed the value set by an expert, said MLive.com. $30,441. Apparently, there's a blue book for blue books. You also have to pay the $14,500 to the kid's attorney.
Oh, this is a 30. What? This is a lot of money.
$441.
Man.
Yeah. And then another $14,500 to the kids' attorneys for, I'm guessing they had to pay the legal fees. After he moved to Indiana is when the 43-year-old man learned that his possessions were missing. His dad's email said in response, frankly, David, I did you a big favor getting rid of all this stuff. Wow. See, if this were my house, it'd have been gone.
Yeah. And the kids would have had nothing to say about it. You left it in my house.
You left it in my house.
I get to throw it away.
Pretty sure my name's on the lease.
Yeah.
So whatever's in the house should be mine. If it was that important to him, why didn't it go with him right away?
Exactly. My point exactly. Say, a bunch of scientists.
Collective.
No, you don't. I don't want you to say that. It was just me going on. I know.
Oh.
I'm silly. Bunch of scientists, collective noun, a nerd, were off the northern coast of Greenland looking for new species being adapted to life in the extreme environment. Mm-hmm. They were looking to land on Udak Island, discovered in Udak. OODAAQ. They probably did get it from Marvel. It was discovered in 1978, believed to be the northernmost island in the world. So the science nerds took a helicopter to the island, but couldn't find it. And just like so many men, they refused to stop and ask for directions. It was then they spotted a tiny island about 100 by 200 feet. They landed there, took their bearings, and discovered they were 2,625 feet north of Udak, the aforementioned and now former northernmost island in the world.
Dum, dum, dum.
The nerd of scientists want to name the island quickly because the next storm could make it disappear.
What's that, itty bitty? London, Ontario. This is from Blog 2, Blog TO. London, Ontario, a persnickety homeowner took matters into his own hands when he ran his car into a neighbor who had been relieving himself on his lawn.
Seems a bit extreme.
Is that extreme? The 38-year-old driver struck the victim, throwing him several meters and causing a gash on the back of his head. Don't ask. The driver was charged with dangerous operation of a vehicle causing bodily harm. He could end up with 10 years in prison.
And maybe he should.
I don't know. It's a pretty pissy thing to do on your neighbor's lawn. Yes, I said it.
This is true, really news. Send email to TiTR@netradio.network.